up, YouTube? Welcome to another Kids Room Podcast episode, man. Hope y'all feeling loved and blessed. As always, hope y'all are taking care of yourselves, man. Today, we'll be getting to talking about the winning formula in 2025 and how to stay ahead in a changing world. Often, God has already done it every single time, and this year is no different. So don't count this new year as a complete new year and a fresh start, but something to grow from the last previous years. We forget to reflect on a lot of things that we went through, or we want to try to change the past or even ignore the past. And sometimes that doesn't always help us, but we have to grow within Christ through this year. We should grow within Christ this year. That's something that we should want to do, because when God can trust you and when God know that you are for him, things will just start to happen for you, that you'll just go to another level, that you're gonna begin to win more, that you're gonna have different seasons, and things in life are just gonna be looking different, and it's gonna be as if you're staying ahead. How are you doing that though? Like, how are we able to stay ahead? We have to have our emotions in control. We have to have faith in God. We have to be strong within ourselves, confident within ourselves, not have doubt within ourselves. Because even as we begin to be consistent, right, in the beginning of the year, you look this way, you're doing these things or things that you want to change, right? You know that you want to change about yourself. But with consistency and perseverance through adversity and things like that, at the end of the year, you're a whole different person. At the end of the year, you can be more wealthy within your health, your mind, and your spirit. Those things are what's important, right? We don't want to just live through 2025, but we want to live on through 2025, past 2025. So what's the winning formula? That's what it is. We have to be consistent. We have to know that God has already decided what 2025 is already going to be. So whatever happens in 2025, that you have to know that God has the plans to prosper you, right? That God doesn't want to kill you. He doesn't want to destroy you. He wants you to prosper. He wants you to have abundance. So in order to do that, you have to stay ahead of your own mind, your own thoughts, and keep them captive to Christ. Because the enemy wants to lie to us every day. The enemy does lie. And he continues to try to misguide us and use the things that Christ wants to use in the world for good, for evil. That's what the enemy does. The enemy isn't going to show up to your doorstep and say, I'm the enemy, let me in. He's going to dress like things that you like or people that you like. He's going to disguise himself as things that you like, things that you have problems with. He's going to disguise himself in those things. That can be emotions, that could be physical, that could be spiritual, that could be mental, whatever the case may be. It's things that have been created on this earth with sin being in the world. That's why we lose sometimes. That's why we misguide ourselves and we start to catch ourselves in lies, thinking that we are not who Christ called us to be. And I just want to get into the word. I only have a few verses, but the first verse is 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 3. And that says, and observe what the Lord your God requires. Walk in obedience to him and keep his decrees and commands, his laws and regulations as written in the law of Moses. Do this so that you may prosper in all you do and wherever you go. So it's not just always asking God and seeking God and for him to give you everything that you want, but you have to be obedient to Christ. Christ doesn't owe us anything. We can't mess up his plans, nor do we deserve any of the blessings that we get. But we have to be obedient towards the blessings. We have to be obedient towards the life that we claim that we want to live and the person that we want to be. We have to be obedient. So that's the biggest thing on that verse, because God is going to prosper us wherever we go. God is always with us. He did not dismay us. He did not forsake us. So he is always with us, and he's always going to continue to prosper us. But we have to be obedient to what he says. Right? And in Luke chapter 16, verses 10 through 11, it says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? So I just want to dive into that a little bit, because in that verse, If you can't be trusted with $5, how do you know you can handle 500? Right? That's what it's saying. So if you can't handle the job or be on time with the job that you have now, who says you're gonna be able to go to the $150,000 job and show up to that and give more effort to that just because it has more money? It's not always guaranteed that way. So how it says you can. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, the things that you are given on this world, who will trust you with true riches? That's two different things. So wealth in the world is different than what true riches are. So what are true riches? Those are the things that are intangible. Those are the things that are the fruits of the Spirit. Those are the things that's keeping you in peace of mind and keeping you here and keeping you sane. Right? Those are the things that we have to practice. Those are the things that we have to look for. So if we can be trusted with our peace of mind, we can be trusted with others and relationships and people's well-beings at times, or even the responsibilities of other things, of having great blessings and great things and protecting it and working for it. Those are blessings, and you are trusted with that because God gave us everything. God made everything. So it's only given to us. We are only borrowing it because once we die, we're not going to have it anymore. So we're only borrowing it for the time that we're here. And that goes into Romans, the final verse, Romans chapter 12 verses 2, and that says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." That's how we're going to stay ahead of a changing world. That's how we're going to win in 2025. When you build your faith and you build your relationship with Christ, you get to put it to the test. With good faith and good morals and a good life, it's not just the only things that's going to get you to the kingdom, but a relationship with Christ that will get you to the kingdom. A relationship with Christ that will get you the correct seeds to reap and then sow them later. It's going to get you the relationship with Christ to understand what life really is and what those true riches are that it talks about in Luke 16. We have to see that the winning formula in 2025 is not to just get everything that you want, but get the things that God wants you to have, because it's more than what you think you want. It's more than what you think you can have. That's the thing. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want God's promise. I want to be obedient to Christ so I can get God's will, so I can have God's promises and God's trust and things like that. So God can continue to bless me and bless my family and bless the people around us, because it's not just about us. It's not just about blessing yourself, but it's blessing that your blessings and your gifts can help other people around you and bless others in a bigger way, in a better impact. And that's what it's really trying to do in 2025. We're trying to make a difference. What's the winning formula? Stay ahead. Stay ahead. Continue to walk forward. Don't look back. If you're looking back, reflect and use it to grow and to move forward. Do not continue to let your past or the enemy lie to you and think that where you've committed your life with Christ and where you're weak at with Christ does not mean that you're wrong or you're dirty or you'll never be better, you're never whatever. Those are all lies. You will get to where you got to go at the time you're supposed to be. You'll be who you're supposed to be when Christ wants you there. Trust in that plan. Do the things that you're supposed to do this year, and we will get farther in life, man. Be loved, be blessed, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.